What's up, guys? EDA Talk Sports back here with another video. This time we're going to be covering the appointment of Man United's new manager, Ruben Amorim. We had the discussion earlier on in the week around the sacking of Eric Ten Hag, a decision that should have been made much earlier. I'm not really sure what the indecision was really about from a Man United perspective. I know the FA Cup win was something that may have changed the mindset of the owners in terms of what was acceptable. However, I don't think that was a wise decision. As mentioned, Amorim comes in. He's a 39-year-old Portuguese manager, has moved to Man United from Sporting Lisbon, where he was hugely successful, won the league title twice. He has a history coming to Sporting from Braga, a young manager who plays some of the most exciting football in the league. That's not a lie, and that's what they've said in their statement. Arsenal played Sporting a couple of years ago. We actually lost to them in the Europa League. We saw how they played there. A dogged team, a tough team, team that has had flair and ability. However, it will be interesting to see how that will come across in the way that they will play going forward. And so I think more than talk about Amorim as a manager, because there's a couple of things that we can discuss. Key points being the style of play, three at the back, looks to build up from the midfield, and likes to essentially dominate games and has had a large share of the ball and possession in the league. And as you would expect from a team that dominates their own league in Sporting, a change in system will be something that Man United will need to adapt to. He's unlikely to change from that three at the back approach. It's something that he's stuck with quite consistently. Look, as mentioned, the quick rise he had through Braga. It was only a handful of games, very impactful games, before he moved on to Sporting, and that impact has been felt all the way through. I think I would have less of an issue with him being appointed as head coach if they had done this at the summer. Why was this not done at the end of the season? A quality manager, yes. Someone who's yet to be proven outside of Portugal, that cannot be denied. However, this is a great opportunity for him. It's a great opportunity for Man United to give him the reins. However, are the players who are currently at his disposal good enough? That's a question. Has he got the centre backs to play at in a black three? Again, that's a question. There's many things, and I think the system which has worked so well in Portugal, will it work in England? Working, and you're fighting against the best managers in the world essentially, and some of the best teams. So there's a lot of questions for me in terms of how is he going to perform. And it's a big bet, to be honest with you. For example, you got rid of Ten Hag late, gave him a new contract. For example, you allowed him to sign players that he's worked with and that he knows very, very well, and yet in the same time frame, months later, you sacked him, you paid him off, and you brought in Amarin as a manager who has a lot of potential and has a decent pedigree. So in terms of a signing and a hiring, this isn't a bad hiring at all. But you also had a former manager, Ruud van Nistelrooy, there who won his opening game, who has the affections of the fans. You don't really know what he could have been for your club. And the rush to get Amarin when I don't think any other club would have probably signed him until next season. I just don't get the rush. And you paid a decent amount, around 10 million euros, I think it was, to get him in. You paid off Ten Hag a similar amount. Just call into question, how well is this project being ran? I mean, you look back at the Chelsea one and you were saying, oh, what are they doing? Signing so many players, the sacking of Poch. But you look at what Man United are doing, I don't think that's any better. So there's questions about how they're performing, and this hiring is one that will bring into question the project of Ineos. They've spent a lot, they've hired a lot, and this is now their manager. Ten Hag wasn't their manager. This is now their manager. And it's going to be interesting in terms of profile. Very good profile in terms of what can actually be achieved. That's still in question. The goal for United should be getting back into the top four consistently, being in the Champions League, and challenging. How long it's going to take, we don't know. Can he do it with his current crop of players? I'm not sure, but we shall see. I think he will be coming in after the international break, so he may have some time to bed in, meet the players, etc. Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting for Man United fans. Guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you soon. Peace.